What's up, everybody? It's your boy Elite Enfield back at it again with another video, and today for you guys I'm just doing a baseline run-of-the-mill TNO guide. This is more so an introduction to the world itself, not really a guide. My apologies, my esteemed viewer. I merely must have an advantage to the art form that is the clickbait grind in a matter most fittingly of some will rise 15 minutes before the start time of an event. Now, it's going to be a whole lot of gameplay, as that require a bit more work, and I'm strapped for time as I'm writing this. Now, if you guys want another video going more in depth into all of this, then I'll most certainly do that. However, before we start, I'm just gonna say that this video might not be the best, as my microphone was bugging out, as was OBS, but I did get it to work eventually. So if you have any suggestions, be sure to drop them in the comment section down below. With all that being said, make sure to like and subscribe and enjoy. Oh, and it goes without saying, but this is the base TNO, no mods installed. I'm well aware of the fact that there are submods for this, but for the sake of simplicity, I will be ignoring them. Let's start with the absolute basics. How do we even get TNO installed? Well, as you can see, I already have it installed on my computer, so I already know. But since you clicked on this video, you more than likely don't. So to begin, the first thing you need to acquire is Hearts of Iron 4, which is pretty self-explanatory. If you, for whatever reason, don't have it, then go and buy it. Head to Steam or GOG, head to the store and search up Hearts of Iron 4. Just purchase it, wait for it to install, and you're good. Not entirely sure about pirated versions, so for those you're going to have to use at your own risk. Now that you've got all that situated, let's go on to the actual mod itself. Continuing from where I last left off, I'm on Steam, so sorry GOG users, but I can't really help you there. The first step is heading over to the community tab and searching up Hearts of Iron 4, as you can see here. Then type in the new order, and it should be the first mod. Don't worry about the other mods, I'll address them later. Click on the subscribe button and wait for it to finish. Once you've got that installed, boot up Hearts of Iron 4. If you don't make it,
War in Europe, as Germany invades Poland in a lightning strike of air and land.
Once done, go to the title and press play. If you've done everything right, then when the game boots up, the title screen will be different. It should usually be some art, but as of the recording of this video, that's subject to change. A few indicators are the news in the top right, it'd say the TNO version above the single player title, and there'd be 3 boxes. One for single player, one for multiplayer, and one for quitting Steam. Simply start a new game, and you should be good. Of course, that leads us to the game itself, which I've been putting off for far too long. Oh, and this is the time I remarkably talk about a sponsor, while the footage you are supposed to be seeing is, loading. Well, I personally see it as loading in, but you guys get to also enjoy it with me, because I suck at editing. So, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Now, starting from where we left off, well, presumably that should have been done loading by now, but if it isn't, just wait. All right. So, starting from where we left off, press New Game, read the backstory if you want, and press Select Scenario. Now, here's the meat and potatoes of the video, the countries themselves. To begin, let's categorize the playable countries into sections. There are 3 I've decided to focus on, which are the superpowers, the Russian unifiers, and the secondary powers. The obvious one we'll start with first are the superpowers. Superpowers are special in that none of them engage in direct combat with each other. They can directly combat secondary powers, but will never attack each other. This is due to the unwritten rule of TNO. If you have nukes, you cannot be invaded lest you start World War III. The most gameplay you'll get is focuses, research, and sending volunteers. The vast majority, and I mean vast, is sending volunteers to help. With the exception of the US, Germany, and Japan. No, with the exception of the US, Germany, and Japan can enter into a large-scale war even without mods. Japan has the Great Asian War, which I'll address later, and Germany has its own civil war. That's about all you get, and the Great Asian War isn't even guaranteed. I'll go into superpowers more and how to use them in another video if you guys want. Anyway, that's the extent of it. One more thing. Your economy starts off high, so don't expect exponential growth. The next section are Russian unifiers, as they are significantly different than the superpowers. Since Germany achieved total victory and screwed over Russia, it shattered. Balkanized Russia, my favorite. This means that you have monarchists, fascists, communists, Democrats, and ironically enough, Russian Nazism. I wish I was joking. That'll be addressed in a later video once I'm not strapped for time. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that Russian unifiers have to deal with a lot more combat for reasons I elaborated on earlier. While there is a wide variety, they all follow the same basic premise. Defocus until the Smuda, unite your region, develop, unify with either your western or eastern opponent, and then wait a couple of years to finally unite Russia. That's it. With the exception of an internal power struggle, that about sums it up. You don't even get a civil war or anything. Just click decisions and then oust the other guy. Oh, your economy? Yeah, it's gonna suck, so try not to make it suck as much. And don't make it suck even more, unless you're doing that path, but we'll get to that later. In any case, that's the most surface level description I can give. Any more and I'd have to delay this video, which I can't do. However, wrapping this up, I'd say we go to the secondary powers. The final and, while not very interesting, do have their merits. The final section of playable nations are the secondary nations, or nations that aren't located in Russia and aren't the US, Germany, or Japan. Yes, that includes Brazil, Italy, and the Republic of China. Yell at me all you want, I'm not changing my mind. Anyway, I have the least to say about them, but I'll go through a few notable ones. The first is Yunnan. It may not look like much, but it can kick off the Great Asian War I mentioned earlier against Japan if it wins against the Republic of China and invites all the allies they could. That's about it. I'll go over them when I do secondaries. If you decide this to be, if you, the viewers, want this to become a series. Brazil and Mexico can have massive economic growth, but that's it. No, really, that's it. South Africa is a crucial component of either the OFN or Einheitspact, but more often than not leans to the OFN, which are the US's faction and Germany's faction respectively. My only advice is lock the fuck in, bro. You just gotta lock in. Iberia and Turkey exist, but neither of them have much content. What else am I missing? Oh, yeah. The same goes for Italy, Brazil, and the Republic of China. Oh, and Antarctic administrations exist. Yep, sorry if I sound like I'm speeding through this. There's not really much to say due to a just lack of content or not a whole lot of war. Mostly just peace involved and more stories, so yeah. Before somebody brings it up, you can have a really strong economy, not like superpower strong, but regional or potentially great power strong. All things considered, anyway, that about sums it up. All things considered, I believe I got everything, so comment down below if I missed anything or you want a deeper dive into TNO. Anyway, that about does it, so I'm gonna wrap it up. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Make sure to comment anything I missed, anything you want me to look at, and what I can improve on. As always, this is your boy Elite Enfield, signing off.